If you found this video, you're probably seeking quality box packaging for your bottles. In the marketplace today, I found that there's an assortment of crappy white boxes, questionable craft boxes, or low quality black boxes. If you're seeking better solutions, join me, Sarah with ViCiPack, and let's talk packaging. When it comes to box blanks in the marketplace today, you have the usual suspects of Uline, Alibaba, and Papermart. This is a great solution if you're just getting started and you don't really care about the size of the box that you're looking for, as long as you can put it in a box and you can buy them in low quantities, and so what if they're blank and ugly, right, at this point. But there are more issues to this scenario than meets the eye. So let's review what those issues are. There's issues with whiteness. So when it comes to buying from, let's say, these 3 different places, because you have several size bottles, all of the whites guaranteed they're going to be different colors across all of these suppliers. And the reason is because those papers that are being manufactured for these different suppliers, they're all run-of-the-mill paperboard, meaning there is absolutely zero quality control in the whiteness or brightness of the board. Sometimes you might come across a white box that looks a little bit on the bluish side, like a very sliver of a tint of blue, or you might come across a box that looks like a little bit of reddish. And those tones are in that paper, but that contributes to the color variation when you compare them side to side. So if you're looking for a premium status within your marketplace, within your customer base, in your category, that's really not good enough, and that's not a good impression when you're getting started. The same can be said about craft boxes. Craft boxes, the craft varies from run to run, from supplier to supplier. There is no color control here either. And a lot of the times the craft is 100% recycled. So basically it's the run-of-the-mill, but of the recycled waste in the craft. So any color control is out the door. Now, if you're a brand that is putting your branding efforts around natural, crafty look, perhaps the variation is okay. But if you're a premium or a luxury status within your marketplace amongst your competitors, that's just not good enough. You're going to need to have color control on all of your boxes. Moving on to the next issue with this scenario. Since you have different size bottles, these suppliers have a very limited amount of space to store different size boxes, and they don't have a really good grasp on what it is that you're looking for, what industry you're in, and what you need in a particular size. So you might wind up using a box that's way too big for your bottles, or using a box that's way too small and it actually bulges the box out. So what are you going to do when you want to switch out your bottles, because ultimately your primary packaging is more important, but you want to switch it out and you need to have a cohesive look? You're running into all sorts of problems, I'm sure. Another issue with this scenario is quality. If you're a premium or luxury brand, you can't afford not to use premium materials, especially when you're first launching alongside your competitors. You need to put in your best foot forward, and using run-of-the-mill type of boxes is not the way to go. So perhaps then you look at custom. You're going to go ahead and go custom. What does that look like? Well, it's a massive leap in expense, going from just using a standard stock box solution to a custom, even a custom size. But you must already know all of this wordplay and frustration and not finding what you need and what you're looking for. There seems to be so overly priced. And this is exactly the reason why I started ViCiPack. It's to address all of these issues and more, to get you going up and running with a first good impression, to give your products the best start when you're launching. The first thing I address is color control. So with color control, when you use premium papers, like ViCiPack does, You actually are paying for the color control. You're paying so that that paper mill is ensuring it's the same color, brightness, whiteness, if it's white. If you can imagine how many whites you can create out there, the numbers are so vast. Well, for each whiteness, all of that can be controlled with food grade color food dyes. And that's what you're paying for with ViCiPack. You're paying for the quality of boxes at the bulk rate. The next issue that I address is different size variety for your bottles. So if you have a whole product line, you probably have a variety of different containers, bottles, and jars and tubes. And you need to have a box that fits those accordingly so that your brand looks cohesive and look clean and makes a good impression. But these other suppliers, they only offer maybe just the 1 ounce box, but neglect a face cream size, or they don't offer the matching lip balm or all the other sizes that you might be offering in your product line. With ViCiPack, I make the boxes as they are ordered. So I have a high-speed die cutting machine that I can process the smaller quantity orders very quickly. And then when you're ready to move forward, I can move forward, or I can quickly change or adjust the volume on this machine very quickly. And it's so fast that it makes all the boxes affordable. But when you're ready to go into a retail situation, I can then take the same designs and the same paper and get them done at a partner printer, actually just down the road here for me. And that way we're saving even more time and space and money and getting your boxes even cheaper than they already are, in the correct sizes that you need. The next issue I addressed is providing you with different paper color variety, not just your standard white, craft, or black. I'm offering up to 8 colors. Okay, let's be real. I also offer the craft and the white, only because I realized that these other conventional marketplace people like Uline, they don't offer all of the sizes that I do because they don't cater to the same clientele as I do. And that's perfectly okay. But having the variety of different colored papers, you can now create your own product lines to have differentiation just by selecting a different color of paperboard box. Or if you just want it to look all the same, all the papers across all of your different bottles and containers, you can select and I'll make them for you at the sizes that you need at the low volumes, at the low rate volumes that you need. And last but not least, quality of paper. When you use premium papers, you're paying not only for the color control, but for the quality of the fibers that the papers are made out of. Not to mention the beautiful pearlized coating that's laid on top of these beautiful, extraordinary colors. You just have to see it for yourself. It's very hard to portray the colors through a video or through photos, but I'd be happy to send you samples. Just let me know. Let's talk a little bit about the paper. Is the paper sustainable? 100% yes. This paper has 0 plastic in it, and that means that it can be recycled. Most other colored papers or even coated papers, especially when they're imported, they all have a plastic lining over the top, which essentially renders that box not recyclable or biodegradable. These boxes also use 30% post-consumer fibers. That means they use recycled fibers that have been cleaned and washed and put back into the paper mill stream to make these beautiful papers. The coating on top is considered a luxury because it has small little mica minerals that gives it its nice little shimmer, almost like a pearlescent finish. And it's nice and smooth and satiny finish, so when you touch it, it feels silky and soft. These papers make a fantastic alternative to anything that's plastic lined or metallized, because even that metal board, the one that looks silvery and it looks a little bit like a holographic, even that has a plastic lining. In conclusion, packaging does matter. These papers are so lovely. When you touch and feel these papers, it'll make a lasting impression. But don't take my word for it. Head on over to ViCiPack and get yourself some samples. And I challenge you, my friend, to put your new Vici Pack boxes next to your old boxes and see how you can tell the difference. And then maybe go a step further and show it to your customers and get some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this video or found value in it, please comment, subscribe, or hit that bell to be notified on my next video. Thanks for watching.